In this video, I'm going to go through some of the key components of successful chipping. We've got a really skilled player here who's part of my master study, and there's going to be 4 really important points that you're going to learn about, hopefully take straight back into your practice, into your game, and you know, not too complicated. But we are going to use the 3D. We're going to use Ball 3D, which is a fantastic system. And let's just go straight into it. First one, we're going to talk about shaft lean. So highlighted here, you can see 5.8 degrees of forward shaft lean there straight away. And you'll notice that by the time the player gets back to impact, maybe surprisingly there's 15.8 degrees of forward shaft lean. Now this was a 15-yard shot where this player chose how to move, how to present the club in order to be as accurate as possible. The hand path goes down, 4 centimeters down. Doesn't go straight back through, but by the time we get to impact there, it is 3 centimeters lower than when it started. But look at that, 50 centimeters higher, even though the club's got to parallel. A really steep journey of that hand, that lead hand and the club. And that is something that I do see a lot with really good players. And I think if I just show you the top view here, how that actual path moves in a very straight line. It actually moves more out through the shot, where the path of the handle is moving round, but the club head is going more out. But again, you'll see here, if we take this, how upright the path of the club is, and particularly on the way through, even though the handle is moving left, the club path is moving more or less straight in line with the target. I think players do this to encourage that shallow angle of attack. We don't want the club bruising into the ground, and that's one of the ways that these players manage to do this. So we'll also see here that the hand path rises steeply throughout the shot. But if you notice here how the head, as soon as that impact is done, it's quite a noticeable, pronounced journey of the head up, even though the club is only resting at parallel to the ground. Quite interesting, and that is what I tend to not see with players who are struggling with their chipping and pitching. They're worried about contact, they are thinking about making good contact, and they therefore keep their head very still, head stays down a bit too long, and then from there really needs to be something else to make that club lift, you know, often breaking of the left arm, something like that. And you know, these players tend to not do that. This player then immediately moves the rib cage toward the target. So they're not waiting, or this player isn't waiting for the top of the backswing or the end of the backswing before the rib cage has moved towards the target. Then there's the stand up. Just going to just get rid of some of these lines again, get rid of the head path line. So now we can highlight the thorax path with the figures on the side, and you can see here that, yeah, it moves actually a little bit away from target at the start. Then when the hand path gets to its lowest point, which is here, then there's that sudden move to the left. That's at 5-6 centimeters, and then by the end of the swing, it's kind of returned back to where it started at address. So moving into kind of the rotation of the pelvis and the rib cage, we can see here that this player and many players achieve that forward shaft lean by rotation. And you can see at impact, this player has rotated the pelvis 20 degrees. You can see it kind of pointing off in that angle. So often, very, very often, this shaft lean they arrive at is really due to rotation rather than just pushing the handle forward, which I'm not a fan of. So yeah, and not just that final piece of the puzzle is that rotation. Now I've actually done another video talking about solid striking. It's in my solid striking series where I go through this half swing shot that this player is doing here. But I think the summary is that shaft lean, you can hit shots without shaft lean, but you can also hit shots with shaft lean. If you're going to hit shots with shaft lean, it wants to be due to rotation of the pelvis and the rib cage, as well as having that head and hand path move up steeply through the shot. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you found that some value. I am on Skillist. If you do want me to have a look at your golf swing, then follow me on Skillist. I'll give you a free analysis. I'd love to hear your opposing views or any comments. Hit me up in the comments section.